go again.
Here we go again.
Same old stuff again.
Same old stuff again.
Marching down the avenue.
Marching down the avenue.
8 more weeks and we'll be through.
8 more weeks and we'll be through.
I'll be glad and so will you.
I'll be glad and so will you.
I won't have to look at you.
I won't have to look at you.
Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Are we weak, strong?
We're strong.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Can't count.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Go left.
Terry, it's okay.
I freaked everybody out with my banner, I think.
Maybe.
I got your asses here. You're here to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, we just wanted to say hi.
Yeah. So thanks for coming by.
Hi, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
It is. It's a big football day. Did you guys?
It
see
is,
that?
I think.
Yeah, it is. It's a big football day for Detroit Lion fans. I am not one, but it is a big deal for Detroit Lions fans right now.
I don't watch baseball.
I don't like that basketball game. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't even know how many innings are in football.
4, right? I don't even know. No, you're good, Terry. It's all good. Yeah, so here we are, and it's Rob and Sarah, and it is Sunday. It is not midweek. It is not midday. It is Sunday evening, and
I'm on like 5 hours of sleep, if that. Right? I had an investigation last night. I didn't get home until about 4:20.
Yeah. Oh,
right? For all you, I know.
Right
for all
on.
you people that enjoy the bud. Got home at 4:20. Came in, walked in. Leo was super excited. So excited that he went into like a choking reverse sneeze fit. So it was a whole mess.
Yeah.
And he came out of her room like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah. It sounded like he was dying. That's sad.
Yeah, so you saw the title. You probably saw a little bit of a pictures. Everybody texting you going, Rob, stop. It's all good?
Yeah. Oh, no, we're good right now. I should probably turn the volume down.
Yeah,
people
turn
are
the volume
freaking
down.
out. There's no reason to freak, people. This is not bad.
Oh gosh, no. But you probably saw his beautiful banner. We know Rob loves to make banners. They're amazing and they're always very attention grabbing. We love that. And the title is In Our Own Words. And we felt it seemed fitting. We'll start it with this. Friday. Sorry, I don't even know what day it is. I'm thinking midday. Friday night, you might have seen a post. Let's be honest, most of the posts that you see on the network that come from Get Haunted are created by me. I am social media director. I do focus highly on Facebook, and I've connected with each and every one of you on the network. So those posts are written by me. But you might have seen a post that went out on Friday night after Nesper. Dan Rivera had announced the Warren Seeker of the Supernatural Paracon. So I promoted that, and it is a new location and a new date. We wanted to make sure that everybody was well aware, because the last two, and I think, were those the first two, Rob? Is that how that started? They just started these Seekers of the Supernatural?
Two, I believe. I don't know.
So
two that I know of, because I was at them both.
Yeah.
So there was one before that.
These were normally held in Connecticut, not always the easiest location to get to. So they did do a location change, and they also changed the date. And it is one way to sort of open it up, I believe. This was not discussed with us, but it opens it up to a sort of a new crowd of people to sort of be able to come and meet some of these haunted items, because they do bring them to these paracons, which is a super cool thing. So yes, I promoted the Warrens Seekers of the Supernatural Paracon. That is, I believe, September 27th through the 29th. And this year they are going to be hosting it in Gettysburg. I wrote my promotion. I do not run those by my business partner. He has trusted me, which may be to his detriment, to write these posts. And I get excited about some of the things that we are doing with each and every one of you. And I was very excited once Dan announced the time change, or the date change and the location change. And I got right on there and I wrote my post up, and you guys gobbled it up and shared it out. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. But that seemed to land us in a little bit of Get Haunted trouble. So yes, dude, again.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Just give me 1 second here.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Same old.
All right. Sorry. Look, the Army in me misses cadence. And I actually, with my shitty voice, called cadence on many occasions while I was a grunt in the military. So go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt them.
No, you're good. So yes, so that particular post though did get a lot of people very excited from all kind of corners of the paranormal. It was kind of cool to see. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm going to be there. Can't wait to be there." Many of you were excited because it was a location that you could get to a little easier than Connecticut. So yeah, that is pretty awesome. But it did sort of land us in the hot seat. And sort of a non-issue became apparently an issue.
Yeah, we get a lot of. I'm getting a lot of messages, and it sucks, right? But I am also seeing, particularly from Connecticut, which I'll get to later, some shit.
So hold your horses there, Mike.
Which is who the MF is in my banner, and I'll get to who that is. Almost, kind of, halfway I'll go. So proceed, my friend.
Yeah. So that Friday night sort of come out of one, as you know, Get Haunted. Apparently, as we work in collab, it sort of lands us a lot of times into maybe some heated discussions. But it's okay. Everybody realizes you have seen the Get Haunted parts of the Devils on the Run tour. Nesper worked with us last year in the 2023 season at Old Hospital on College Hill, and Dan and Wade, and I believe there were a couple other people. I was not there. I did not get to go to this particular event. So Rob was...
Dan and Wade went down to West Virginia with us.
Yeah, so Rob was, of course, charming. apparently, and made a very nice relationship with Dan and Wade. And look, we have said this on other lives. We investigate very differently than Nesper. And it was something really cool to offer to the community to be able to come to one location and get a little taste of different investigative styles.
Yeah,
You agree with that?
I do. So I agree with everything so far.
Yeah. So because of that, I can only assume. I guess I shouldn't make that that assumption, but I'm going to assume because of that, and our little friendship started to grow with Nesper. They reached out and asked if we would like to be a part of this Devils on the Run tour, and that is bringing some select items from the Warrens Occult Museum to some locations to sort of help one sort of get their name out there. This is why people collab, folks. This is not rocket science. We work together to help each other.
Yeah.
But also Get Haunted loved this opportunity because not everybody, the Warrens Occult Museum has been closed to the public, so there were no more tours going on there. But this was sort of like a once in a lifetime for some people to be able to go, oh my gosh, I can get to this location and meet a few of these iconic haunted items along with Nesper and also with Tony Spira at our first one, and that is March 9th at Shanley, the Haunted Shanley Hotel. We're so excited because we love this location. One night has turned into 2 nights because there has been some serious interest to be able to meet Nesper.
People were pissed that they couldn't get in on Saturday, so we added Sunday.
Yeah.
Despite it's not about I'll get to it. But it was a request, right? We added Sunday by request, by popular demand, and I'll leave it there for now.
Well, I think this is very important to understand. We added the extra night because it was requested by you, the paranormal community, who wanted the opportunity. So we had that extra night with the Shanley Hotel, and here we are. Doing something super cool. Then you might have seen June 1st has been added to the tour with Nesper, and we are going to be going to MSP, Missouri State Penitentiary, with some iconic haunted items with Nesper. Again, the Midwest is really excited about this because it's bringing these items closer to them that they can make, and everybody loves MSP. So here's a crazy opportunity for the paranormal community to come together. And we said this before, if you are not a fan of Nesper or Get Haunted or Warrens or haunted items or any of that stuff, guess what? There are lots of other events you can go to. You don't even have to worry about it. You can just go, not for me, and move on to the next. So that's kind of how this works. We love figuring out what else we could bring to you. We're working on all sorts of things. I don't think we're a one-trick pony. Do you?
No, I don't think so either. I don't. I think we provide opportunity to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And I'd also think that, we work with people sometimes that we have met recently, have never done a damn thing wrong to us, right? But we've also been in a situation where former people, associates, are butthurt and don't like us. So I get where, I get where some people may have issues with us even talking to them, but that's too bad. Like, sorry, dude in Connecticut, I'll get to you. So yes, you're correct. Yeah, I'm being good.
Yeah,
right?
You are. So I think, in the end, we just wanted you to know, yes, the Devils on the Run tour was this beautiful idea by Dan, I believe, in Nesper, and it was a way for them to because it's no secret, at the Seekers of the Supernatural or Phantasmicon, they do bring the museum right there to the Paracon for you to go and do your walkthrough. So the really cool thing was this was sort of Dan and Nesper's idea to sort of do this months leading up to the Paracon to kind of get some excitement going. And who wouldn't want a Paracon to be successful? You don't want to, you know, not be successful. So he came up with a new idea. And we are part of the tour, not the entire tour for the record. We have a few locations that we are working with them. They are also working with somebody else. So it is not just about Get Hunted. Get Hunted was honored to be able to say yes to a couple of these to bring to our network and to say, hey, community, here's some opportunity for you. That is why we did it. Not that that is owed to anyone. We think first and foremost of the paranormal community and for the network. That's where my time and my energy is spent, is for each and every one of you, because it was hard for me in the beginning of my 25 years. I am not new to the community, to have these opportunities. So here I'm working right alongside with Rob, who has so many great connections, so many great relationships. And like, oh my gosh, let's do this. Let's work on some amazing ideas together and collab with whoever wants to give it a whirl. I don't know if they're going to want to, if they keep seeing all this drama, but
Yeah, I mean, but that's the intent of some people, right?
yeah.
But sadly for them, right? It seems to be very there's a big imbalance here, right? There's a handful of people that are upset about it, versus those that actually want this opportunity. There's a lot of, I guess, political shit that goes along with that I wasn't aware of, that you're not aware of. But yeah, and then, mix in some other things, and then it's turned into a fucking shit show for the past couple of days.
Well, yeah. Well, so Devils on the Run tour, we have March 9th, March 10th at the Shanley Hotel. We have June 1st, MSP. Yes, we are collabing with Nesper on that. Yes, we work together. We do work on locations with them, what seems to appeal to them and what will work. And sort of, we're trying to be smart about this and trying to get it to different areas that we can handle to bring that to you, the paranormal community. And that is where our sort of say ends. We do not have any say in the Warren Seeker of the Supernatural Paracon. We are simply a vendor, like many that participate in this Paracon. We don't have the say where or when. We are not Nesper. We are not the Warrens. We are not Tony Spira. This is up to them. We simply were given the information and we shared it with each and every one of you.
Yeah. Correct.
Am I staying on task here?
No, you're good. Look, it's hard to dance around certain subjects, but and because of that, right? Because of Nesper's decision to do what they decided to do, and if you watch Dan's page, you can see where he was on January 12th, right? I kind of put two and two together, had a feeling, wasn't sure, right? But there we are, right? And that alone.
Wait. Before you go any further, we should let everybody know on the side. We did speak to Dan before this to let him know that we were going to go live. So we did not step outside of what we have going on here. We're not blindsiding Nesper or Dan. We did let him know that this conversation was going to happen. I just wanted everybody to realize that.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess I don't know what all the politics and all the things that happen around these things are, but there's a post or two that some people are reacting to, in which we're sort of, people are coming to their own conclusions about, we weren't named, but it's implied, and this and that, and the whole 9 yards, and the messages are nonstop, and people upset, literally in tears, because they feel bad, right, about a lot of things. And then, there are vague one-sided kind of stories out there in which people are kind of rallying around. And the implication is that, well, we're dickheads.
We're not.
Apparently, I guess we are. I don't even know anymore. So, and listen, somebody reached out, and it's not about you, but it sure feels about us sometimes, right? When you get a ton of people messaging you like, "Hey, dude, like this is about you." Really hard to not feel like it was, right? So, um, I, I think, and that's not even why we're here. Why we're here is not that long ago. We said in 2024, the gloves come off, right? We usually, and look, we're no strangers to controversy. We're no strangers to bullshit. It is exhausting. It is tiring. It does suck the life out of me. I got home at 4:20 this morning. I'd much rather be kicking on the couch with my dog that hates me now, too. He must have got an instant message as well. It's fucking exhausting. But looking backwards, almost every single time we haven't had a voice in it, right? Because we don't react. And people come with a really good sage advice: don't react. And we haven't. But what happens is other side conversations happen, or people are in the background coming up with theories and thoughts, and we just don't get our say. And it's unfair, I think, to everybody that has to deal with the fallout from these kind of things. We don't have a seat at the fucking table. We just don't. So to all the people out there, right, that are reacting to something and creating another story, nobody contacted us. No, the people contacting us are some that kind of are taking one thing, turning it into something that other people are saying it's not, but there's no fucking conversations happening. As I said, we don't have a seat at the table, and I'm done with it. Right. So rather than let y'all sit out there and figure out what's really happening, it's time for us to share our side of the story. Do you agree, Sarah?
I do, because, as you stated, we are no strangers to this, and we've talked here today before we were doing this. We listen. This is no raw. I promise you this.
No.
There are no tears here.
No.
But there is a real issue. There is a real issue, and I stated, Rob, in one of your posts today, excuses over solutions is what seems to be really happening, and I think this was just a situation where, once again, you and I are sort of asked to prove who we are. And what I will say is this, please go on Get Haunted, the network, the main page. Go on my personal page if you're friends with me. Please show me where I have screenshots and conversations and asking people to, with vague stories, sort of validate my feelings on something. What I try to do is, when these things happen, what you might find is my solution is usually to say, can we pile on some positivity here, because it gets this vagueness of, let me talk about you. We have said, I'm just going to say it because it's brilliant. One of our massive haters, and there's 34 people here, so one of them's probably watching, brilliantly came up with some emojis that, why did we not? I'm so mad we didn't come up with this before they did.
It's not copyrighted.
It's not copyrighted, but right. So people are out there dropping hints, and they drop these vague things, and people pile on, and that's okay. Look, we said it. If you don't want to like us, you don't have to like us. But what I'm not going to fight, and what I am not going to prove to anyone, is, if you can't give me the real reason, and it can't be things like, I'm trying to think of a really vague statement that has been made here. It can't be something like, you've tried to wreck me before, or like would like to have some receipts, because what we have stated, isn't that brilliant? Like, why did we not think of this?
I love that shit right there.
It's the fun. It should be a t-shirt, right? Like when your hater comes up with something so amazing, you almost just have to say, yes, please, this is amazing. That was followed up by we're pieces of shit with toilet paper and a
Yeah, we
shit
were shit
emoji.
and toilet paper and
Yeah.
all kinds of fun things.
So when you drop those little hints, you want us to know. You want people to go back. You want people to say something, and they do. But to have to prove that what we are doing is out there to wreck people, I promise you, we are busy. This is why the Nesper thing happened. This is why you have another big event, 2-day event that we are working on with many people in the paranormal is coming together, is because we are trying to work with and for the community, not against anyone. We're really not. So I think it gets, like, we keep being asked to step up and sort of prove ourselves, and we have it seems we have a different set of standards than everybody else.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%, right? And again, even some other things that transpired, we got tied to. Like, this seems to be the common thing, right? And it wasn't us, it wasn't about us. It's tiring. What you guys are looking at are two tired ass people, right? It's like how many fucking weeks in a row, do we have to pick up the shield and tie up the boots and load the way? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And it's watching there's some professional agitators out there too. They show up to this shit like vultures, and then they'll start pecking and pecking and pecking, and it incites, and it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the community. In fact, it turns the people that are really, I believe, or claim to be trying to help the community against each other. And it's just fucking stupid at this point. But I'm not going to be anybody's punching bag anymore. I'm just not. And neither are you. You bust your ass for this company. And to have folks like this asshat in Connecticut, right? I've heard the word greed a lot in the last couple of days. Who has no clue what it's like to actually run something. And we got somebody on the side there that was at our location with us last night for the first time and had a great ass time, right? And I believe James would tell you it was worth the money. But this guy was going to be Robin Hood, this guy Chris, right? All he does is gets on and trashes us and how we line our pockets, and it's all about greed. This dude's going to be Robin Hood, and he's going to go have free events for everybody, right? Very first event, he's like, I got us the location, but it's $110 a head. Oh, really, Chris? That's about $10 less than what we charge for most events. And I called that. I said, he's going to see. People don't understand, right? You got the insurance, all these things. So I'm sick of being called greedy, because guess what? Nobody's here paying my bills. Nobody's here looking at what my finances look like or don't look like. Nobody knows my books. And I put a lot of fucking money into this company. A lot.
Yeah, you do.
And it's a huge gamble. So go out there and be righteous and be pretentious and talk about all the fucking free shit you do. And then a week later, you're charging the same fucking amount of money as me. And you come on my, someone asked me, why are you friends with this guy? Because I want him to see it. I want him to know. I've offered him, yeah, Mike knows what I'm talking about, to come. I'm like, you want to keep talking shit? Come to Mid-Orange for free. I'll let you in for free. And when you leave, if you can still write a negative piece about me, then go about your business. Oh my God, thank you. And he made a post about how this is all good and that. And he's back at it. Why? Because he also doesn't like some people that we linked up with. So the greed thing, yeah, guys, you can come look at my Ford Escape. I say this all the time. You can come look at my bank account. I'll let it happen. You go run an event. You go see what it's like. You go put 40 grand out in deposits in the first half of the year and hope you get it back, right? But they're going to go out, run their mouths, and try to ruin that for us, which is fine. That's fine. Everybody's allowed to say what they want. But do not expect me to sit here on my hands when you're hurting, trying to hurt this business, the one that myself, that Sarah, and everybody on Get Haunted has spent years trying to build, invested a lot of time and money. My kid, her college, all that, because you're righteous and you can't even follow through. So Chris, if you're watching, you can still come to one of my events. I'll allow it. But I'm going to film you the whole time. You can take that back to your group and to your friends that pile on. And yeah, there's a reason I hate driving through Connecticut, and you're it. You're it,
Well,
dude.
I think, the sad reality is this. And April Bissett had a very poignant post today, and we're so many opinions out there. Things are said. People are angry. People have felt wronged. I've heard this word betrayed a lot. I'm not quite sure where this comes from. But so many people give a half story or their perspective. I'll give them even that. But when you don't know the whole story, it's very easy to have an opinion. And it's easy to have that you want to keep with the narrative. Look, you don't have to like us. What I will say is I will not have my words that I write to promote used against me or against Get Haunted. If you're angry about something or if something has rubbed you the wrong way, doesn't matter why. If you just feel it was, I don't know. I think where I am confused is a little bit of having Nesper come somewhere a little bit more localized for the community, and a little easier to get to, right? And people will make efforts for Gettysburg. This is not rocket science again. I don't know. Like this is supposed to be for us all. This is supposed to be for everybody. And these are opportunities where instead of getting upset, asking people like, hey, this is kind of a big deal. This is where we've been. Maybe we could work together. Maybe there's something we could tie in. There's so many other ways to go about it. I think what makes me sad is that people are so quick, and I see it a lot. I see a lot of people, and I understand that they might have been done wrong by somebody, but these screenshots and then putting them together in a post and shoving them out there, and then everybody saying that you're amazing. And look, people who are amazing to you might not be amazing to other people. That's fact. What I can promise you, though, is whether you like us or not, we have not actively gone out there and prevented anybody from having their journey in paranormal, not once. Even if you have gone out there and tried to destroy us personally, we have not gone out of our way. And asking, even at the worst of those moments, we've never asked people other than, look, this is what we have to do to help our business, what we're doing for the network. And just remember, when you're sort of cutting down Get Haunted and you're cutting down what we do and how we do it, the reason I post some of those things on the network is so you can hear it directly from the paranormal community as to why they are there. So when you sit there and say we're greedy, why don't you talk to those who come to the network? It usually isn't just about an event for them. We have created something really cool. And when I say we, I'm talking about the community as a whole. Everybody's helping everybody. That's what this is really all about. So
Yeah. Look, I did a little sidetrack there because what is happening? So this is a byproduct, right? And the dude I was talking about, the Connecticut guy, I'll just call him Connecticut guy. But he's a byproduct of the other problems, right? There's you don't get to scream fire in a crowded theater, right? And then sit there and let people run out. So, look, if something's being incensed or incited or whatever based on any kind of post, like, and then to not clarify it and still watch the fucking damage happening, right? Then it means to me one of two things probably. Either you meant it or you didn't and you don't care. But what I'm saying is sometimes even worse are the pile-ons, right? We watch these fuckers just pile on and they start feeding each other. It's like you talk about people getting attacked, and he gets it every single day. He gets it more than we do. But when does it stop? When do the people just stop for a minute? When do the conversations happen before the ridiculous insanity that happens out in the field? Literally someone today crying because they felt so bad that I'm not going to get into it. Nobody should have to deal with that shit, and you shouldn't have to choose between your friends or where you go, and if there's a paranormal rule book, I didn't fucking read it. And anybody on this team can tell you, I have a 2024 calendar downstairs that's blank. It's blank. They've been yelling at me for months to get this shit filled out. So when I agree to things, or if I think about doing an event on a day that's going to upset somebody else, it's never intentional. It's never intentional. Never, not once. But again, and then here's one fucking nothing to do with, and we're getting chewed up. We're getting chewed up, and we have no voice.
Well, yeah, we did talk about this a little bit too. Is you know, we had this conversation with you guys on the side not that long ago, back in July, August, when we announced Heart Stuff Hall, which is the East Coast Para Expo that happens the first weekend in November, and we came under fire for that. And you know, because other Paracons happen and sometimes they happen on the same weekend, you know, again, having to explain, one, you know, if we're not invited to one and we have an opportunity, we didn't set it up that way. That had already been all planned. Date was booked, location was booked. We were asked to come on after all that had happened. Matt Warner had done all of the hard work on that particular Paracon, which we are on the move, and keep your eyes open for the next one that will be moving. But you know, we came under attack for that as well. And the sad reality is, once again, it's open. We just want to do what we do because we love the paranormal. We love to see those with the passion getting out there, and we love to share our passion with the paranormal. So we understand it's not going to always work for everybody. And I know for some, you know, everybody, it's regional, right? So there are always those people who might feel that they have what they have and they don't know what's going on around them. But I am not new to the paranormal. Rob is not new to the paranormal. Get Haunted is new to the paranormal for each and every one of you. And nobody has come to us to give us the, hey, does this make you comfortable, not comfortable? So we all just, I guess my assumption was we were all respecting each other's decisions to open up opportunity for the community. That is why we do what we do. The greed thing made me chuckle a little bit that is being thrown around about Get Haunted, because we would sure love to work with everybody, not because of us, because it's really cool to see everybody, the locations, the teams, the groups, have more opportunity.
Well, that's what I thought it was about. Right. I really did. So, it's just tough, man, to watch this bullshit happen out there. And then again, for me, the biggest if somebody would have called and said, "Hey, let's talk," you know, anybody out there, it doesn't happen. It's just all this background subversive, almost it seems subversive when you get cut out of conversations that appear to be about you. It's hard not to sit and be paranoid. And it's hard not to sit and go, wait a minute. And then for that to be used against you later is also almost comical. And like Sarah said, I challenge anybody to find something where we tried to get somebody to not have something, or to, decline something for them. Or get in their way of moving forward. We just don't do it. I don't have time. Like, people have no friggin' idea how much time we spend just trying to plan this first half here, right? And it's frustrating, I know, to everybody on the team that is trying really, really hard to get the calendar together, to get scheduling done for the crew and all those things. So yeah, these little distractions take away from all that. Or sometimes big distractions take away from all that. I think at the end of the day, what I'm watching, are people I never expected to be at odds. It's just kind of sad. But I am tired, 100% tired of assumptions being made. And, if we're going to have a set of standards for everybody, they have to apply to us too. It's that simple. So yeah, phone calls, meetings, whatever. It has to be a two-way street.
And I just like to put out there, hi, I'm Sarah, and I am the other half of Get Hunted that works side by side with Rob and help make the business decisions. My voice counts just as much as his voice. I know he works hard a lot to make sure that is known. Maybe I seem passive, I don't know, but I as well help make this this beast roll right along with Rob, that we then hand off to the network to grow and make this even better. This is not just about our ideas, but there is a face here. And I think that to constantly be put in the position as to why people are rattled or tweaked or upset, but I've never been given a receipt, and B, I have not been given an actual real reason. I've been given vague reasons. I've been given half stories. And I feel like our work should be proof. Every single person on the side here should be proof to you, for you that are watching that hate us. Please go talk to them. Let them know. Look, sometimes people just don't work together, and that's fine. I honest to God, we don't have a list. The notes are all about constant, what are we doing next, in creating and helping, and being on calls and introducing you guys to people. It is so much more than, if you want to be mad because you just don't like us, then just say that. I can respect that. If you just say, I just don't like your face, fine, I can respect that. Or, you know what, I don't want to share my sandbox. That's fine. Then use those words. But I think creating, and this is what makes me sad, but what we have seen, and if you didn't see Unpopular Opinion, the podcast, Matt did go over mental health. It was specific to men's mental health. But I know, just in my 2 years here, Rob, we've had many people reach out, really struggling because of this issue. I know people who have had extreme situations that this weird manufactured outrage and pile on have caused people to the brink of things. So why are we not more mindful as a community? Why are we not more mindful to what we're attaching? If you want to know a story, I can give you my side. If I have been a part of something and somebody's got something to say and they're being vague, I will give you my side of the story. I have not done that because I'm trying to be, it's not worth wrecking other people's lives, even though they've tried to wreck mine. But if you would like to hear why somebody was asked to leave, if you would like to know why relationships have ended, I can give you our part and you can make educated guesses instead of sort of hearing one thing. Look, even, if we're wrong, we're wrong. If we've done, I'm not going to tell you we're not perfect. We can admit that. But what I will tell you is, never try to destroy anybody's business. If we walked away, we walked away. If you've seen us have to address something, it's because they have dragged us back in. We have tried. We have tried to cut ties where ties needed to be cut. They've kept that alive. So when somebody says, oh, get haunted, they're so full of drama, we've tried not to be. We've tried to walk away from these situations, but they keep coming back, and that is because you want your messages heard. You've blocked me. You've unfriended me. This is a lot of people. This is not about anybody specific. There's a handful of people that have done it, but you want those messages to be received, and they're received. They're delivered to us all the time. So we did not ask for that. This situation should have been dead a long time ago.
You can go find those emojis out there, right? It's ridiculous. It's just kind of dumb. So the little nonsense shit starts, and then the piranhas fucking come in, and then the flames get fueled, and that fires out there, and it incenses other people to continue the bullshit that they're doing. And once again, no conversations happened. I gotta sit here and I gotta all fucking day get messages all day. And some people are very upset. It's upsetting to me. It's Sunday. I just want to hang out, right? But this is ridiculous now. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's states full of people. Like, I just don't understand it. And it feels bigger than it really is sometimes. But I'm just tired. I'm really, really tired of it.
I think it's that mixed message, right, Rob? Like, it's that where somebody writes a vague something and then it turns into what it wasn't about you, and then it's followed up with, but if you think it's about you, like that, those mixed messages. So either you want the message received or you don't, or if there is an actual issue, then let's work it out. We have said a million times, we are here every Wednesday live. If you have a true message, if you have something that's truly an issue, stop writing fake emails and using fake names. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. Or if it's just over, it needs to be over. But why we are talking to you, it sort of is there's a couple things here. Yes, Friday, Sarah, wrote a post promoting Nesper, because we are collabing with them in a tour that leads up to their Paracon. So I was bringing that news to each and every one of you for you guys to mark your calendars of a location change and a date change. That was not a finger to anybody. That was not meant to be offensive. It was not meant as anything other than super exciting. Here's another situation out there for the community to participate in. But it does lead to a problem, and people do want to help, and people want to stand up. We are not working together on solutions. We are simply we're muddying the water. And I told that to Rob, the water is muddied. It is so muddied that we're not looking at the real issue. And the real issue is that, look, people don't like people. Some people just don't like people. Let it be that. Stop getting people to join in on your hate. Just let people find who they want to find and work with, and try to be that space if that's what you are doing. If you don't like us, well, I'm sorry if you don't like a new game in town. But we're excited to be a part of the community along with everybody else, not in front of everybody else. We want to be here with everybody else and create things. We see a lot of cool things come out of the network, and watching everybody help each other, teams helping teams, and everybody. Again, if you've been busy reading the negative stuff, go read some positive stuff on the network today, because I asked everybody to lift somebody, team, group, location, individual, and they've been doing it. And then watching everybody say, "Oh my God, I can't wait to work with you," and this is so cool. Like, that's what this is all about. So you don't have to like me personally, but please know this is coming from my mouth. Nobody needs to say it for me. My posts are not written to destroy anybody's business or to step on anybody's toes or to. I said to Rob before this, I will not let anybody take away what I do on the network. I won't do it. I'm sorry. I work really, really hard to lift a lot of people. And, yeah, maybe it can seem, you can pick it apart, I suppose, and say, "Oh, you always like this person." Or, "Yeah, you know what? We're all over the place." But you're not taking that away from me. I work really, really hard, and I'm a pretty nice person. I could be pretty mean, I guess, if you push me to that limit. But not what I'm really about. And Rob and I have worked really, really hard to keep this machine going for you. And that's a lot of my time and a lot of his time and all of his money. So it's not about greed, folks.
Pretty much all of it. We're getting close to that. Yeah, that was the other thing out of Connecticut. This group cult. We're a cult. We're a cult, right? We're a good cult, I guess. If we're a cult, we're good at it. Because I don't think anybody in the cult has realized they're in the cult yet. So they just sit and they wait, and then these opportunities pop up to fuel the fire, right? And nobody's fucking talking about it. Nobody's helping. No, they just, okay, there you go. Here's your flames. Have fun with them. So that's it. So if anybody thinks, I got all this fucking pull and I'm the CEO of the Warren Museum now, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
You didn't tell me. I didn't know that you got that promotion.
I had an idea that was going to move. You could guess at it by some things, and I had no idea. The dates, nothing. It was as much of a surprise to me as we had turned down another opportunity because I thought we were going to be in Connecticut on October 26th. We were wrong. Just a day or two before. We were fucking wrong. I think I didn't know. But that's, the rumor out there in the field. These messages I'm getting from people are just, that's what they think. That's what they're deriving from information. And I'm sick of having to defend. I'm tired of it. I have nothing to do with it.
But even if you've known for months, it wasn't your information to share. We are not Nesper. We are not Tony Spira. We don't have that. That's not for us. So I guess for me, I'm very, again, we've had situations that have come up for Get Hunted that nobody called to ask us if it was okay to do certain situations that might be a conflict of interest. And that's okay. Like, again, we assume we know everybody's got free will here. Everybody is doing what they're doing, and they're their own entities, and so we're being respectful. This whole being of, we're going to go out there and, look, again, we're adults. These are people with big ages, as my girls would say, big ages out there, not being very, very, again, just be honest about what it is you're upset about. It's much easier, I think, to get past this, to be able to say, this is why I'm upset. And sometimes we just have to be like this. Then you're upset. I mean, there's not a lot we can do about that, but to encourage others to pile on, or to encourage others, you know, I don't know, to play along, or to give them a half story that they're not really understanding. But that comes down to each and every one of you. If you see yourself reacting to a very vague statement, and if we're doing that, please let us know. Like if you see something that we've posted that feels vague, just ask. And look, we're humans, so we can get caught up in this as well. But this is where Rob and I did. This Raw was supposed to be one and done. We were like, I said I was never doing this again.
No.
And it does, pardon me, it does break my heart that there are a few out there that will say we are the cause of drama, because there are many things that we don't necessarily speak up about. And we're certainly not starting it. We don't necessarily put something out there. Somebody's giving me something here. But if we're saying it, it's because we've been dragged back into something that we just can't. So this is where today, Rob and I we talked about it a little bit, and we're like, do we do this? Like, is this smart? We don't know.
This is not an attack on me.
No.
It's about the highest level overview of just insanity. As you start zooming in on it, it becomes even crazier. But there's no reason to go there, right? But pretty well known, we got some people that don't like us out there, and when people chum the waters, right, the sharks show up. They just show up. They can't wait. And we don't do that. We don't fucking do that. So yeah, I didn't want to have to do this. I wanted to order some sushi and hang out tonight with my dog and watch some stupid, scary shit. And I'm tired, and I'm super tired. So maybe I'm emotional. But when I watch the insanity coming out of Connecticut and the messages coming from states and states away, it's enough, man. It's like, just stop, please. And if there's a real problem, let's talk about it. But talk about it with us. I don't need other people speaking for me, with me, around me, about me. You get haunted. Just have the conversation.
If you want to truly get to the bottom of it, you might still walk away saying, I don't like you, and that's okay. Yeah. You can, but at least you're getting it straight. So we're all clear. Get Haunted is collabing with Nesper, with the Warrens Occult Museum, on the Devils on the Run tour. We right now have 3 dates: March 9th, March 10th, and June 1st, 2 at Shanley, 1 at MSP. Yes, we are collabing with them. We brought them those locations. We figured this was a nice little thing to sort of spread out, because I believe they're going to be in Texas as well.
Yeah,
I believe they are going to be in Texas. So sort of moving their way down, they'll be working, I believe, with Ryan Buell. So we're helping with that. And Nesper's idea was to do this tour to lead up to the Paracon, which Get Haunted is simply a vendor at. We were not a planner. We are not part of the process. We did not put money into this outside of being a vendor.
So pay to be there. We'll just like everything else.
Just so there is no question, we did not bring locations to the table to them to say, hey, this would be a great idea. Nesper has their own brain trust that they work with, and that they decide on their business. If you don't like Nesper, that's okay. You can move on to many, many other groups. There are amazing groups out there. If you don't like Get Haunted, there are many, many groups out there for you to be a part of. We encourage that all. If you have chosen to work with Get Haunted and be a part of the network, please know that we appreciate everything that you do. It is seen and it is working, because I watch it every day right there on the network page on Facebook. Thank you for that. Nesper, they are New England Society of, I can't say it.
New England Society of Paranormal Research.
Okay.
Psychic Research.
Psychic Research. Yeah.
Psychic Research.
Yeah, it's
There's no
NESPR.
A. There's no A.
There's no A. NESPR, NESPR. And they work right there and part of the Warrens. So they do handle the Warrens Occult Museum. So they are the ones who take the items and bring them if they are to be traveling. So that's who NESPR is. So yeah. So guess what, guys? You know, there are some of you on the network. There are many people on the network, whether we agree, don't agree, like, don't like, whatever. Everybody's just doing their thing on the network. And that's really all there is to it. Not really much more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said to you, Rob, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, keep getting handed this shit. Like, we're like brought to slaughter. And I told him, like, part of me feels like if I'm going to be brought to slaughter, then I'm bringing the fucking beef. Then I'll bring you the beef. Like, I don't even
Yeah,
care.
there's
at
another
this
shirt.
point.
Sarah's bringing the beef.
I'm gonna bring the beef.
Um,
Like, you know, I could tell shit. I've got shit too. Just like you all out there that want to sling the mud. You think you got shit to say? Guess what? Guess what? We all do. And it's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous game now. Just we've respected your space. You've made your decision on us. Go do your thing. We want you to go do your thing. We want you to be nothing but happy and go do your thing outside of us. And we'll just come over and do our thing. Right?
I thought so. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, and this is not about people. It's about the scenario, the situation, right? And, you know, oddly, coincidentally enough, somebody put a video out that same day, I believe. I don't even know the timeline anymore, even that. And it's pretty goddamn timely, right? Because it's about all of this craziness, you know, and the people that should be working together to provide things and work with each other just aren't. It's just tiring. So yeah, just leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You know, having to deal with some shit every week, right? And I know I'm going to have to this year.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
I won't use the names,
Uh-oh.
but let me say this. People have come forward. Information.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of pieces of this go back over a year. And when I lay it out, and and it's been laid out before, but now it's even more interesting. You're going to see a picture painted that's pretty goddamn impressive for people I didn't think were that impressive. But y'all, people are playing into this shit. They just are. So they're going to force me to kind of map out where this all kind of came from. They're going to hate it. I already hate thinking about it.
Well, listen, again, I just, you know, we really wanted to find a solution. That's what this is about. It's finding solutions. It's not about, you know.
We cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Barely.
Barely.
This is why I hate it.
I know. Can you hear me now?
Uh-oh. What's dangerous?
I don't know.
And I'm hearing myself. I don't know what dangerous. Sorry.
Maybe that's a video.
Could be his video.
Yeah.
But massive echo
Now.
happening. So with that, I guess that's the universe's way of saying we need to put an end to this video here because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
So nobody can hear you. So I'm
You
going to
can't
say
hear me
that.
now?
A little bit. Go ahead.
Okay.
You have something to say, lady?
I just want to say thank you for everybody who has given us the benefit of the doubt because you watch what we're doing and you see the consistency and that you trust us and what it is we're doing. I do appreciate that. Because I felt like what we created with each and every one of you spoke for itself. And I will always show up to speak for each of you on this network. But, you know, thank you is all I can say, because for even a few that want to throw doubt or question into what it is we're doing, I'm sorry that's all that seems to be a thought process, because I truly have not sat around having these thoughts, or have we talked about anything trying to destroy or get back at, or like I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind. It's not
me
because
too.
I'm naive. I
Me
don't
too.
understand why we're not spending time on paranormal, and instead we're eating up this bullshit of rumors and vague stories.
Look, you know, the sad part is you hear something enough, people believe it, right? Sarah can tell you, and I can admit this. It wasn't that maybe yesterday. I'm like, am I just a dick? Am I a dick? Like, I can't even believe.
That's a dangerous question to throw out there.
I know. Please don't. Nobody on the side answer that shit.
Yes,
But
Adam. Yes.
you know, it makes you even question your own. So, like, what the hell am I doing wrong here? Week after week, somebody doing something stupid. Again, most of them trace back to a small group of people, but I am sure that there's some bleed over there to other problems. And again, just talk. There you go. Kaylee knows I'm a dick. Yeah, my phone works too. My phone works too. If you can call me and tell me you hate me, that's fine. I don't care anymore. I just don't. I just want to eat and go to sleep, pet my dog.
And, you know, let's just remember, folks, we do one event in a certain way, collabing with somebody you might not like, but you never know. There might be another event coming down the road with somebody that you do like. So that's kind of the cool thing with, I thought we were sort of trying to do a mixed bag, because there's so many amazing, diverse people in the network, right? And you want to give everybody an opportunity, and you don't know if you really hate it. I have to say, my mind has been changed on a couple of things, because instead of me digging in and having a big old opinion, I tried. And sometimes I'm like, oh shit, now I like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, like the banner says, getting used to it. That's right, Terry. I save puppies. I'm getting used to it, but it doesn't mean it's not tiring or exhausting or hurtful. But most of all, the thing Sarah and I kind of got landed on today was, and I see people inside, they're like, I don't know the fuck they're talking about. And that's good.
yeah.
That's good. But there are people that do. And it's only fair to you, right?
Yeah.
If you have questions or if you're worried or if you're concerned, because I'm telling you all day with the messages, bring you hear our side. It's fair for us too. It's about time, right? Instead of the people that have taken some things, turned them into other things, and now that's being pushed out as well. So every action has a reaction.
Well, and if you wouldn't want it, and I've posted this quite a bit, if you wouldn't want it done to you, if you would want somebody to show you kindness or grace in a situation like that, right? Then perhaps, you know, we do try to figure that out. And that's why we have gone to people if something has come our way. We've reached out and said, hey, here's the situation, and worked it out. And I have to say, even people that we have had some issues with in the past, we have learned a new respect, and it has, I think, been it's been a nicer way of doing business and
100%.
being able to extend that respect back. Wow. Right? It's like, see, we don't have to do the same things. We don't have to say we love each other, but we can certainly give that respect to each other.
But there too, you know, I've seen it. People want that war to continue, right? They feed on that shit. And it won't, and I made a deal that I'd always talk before throwing fists, and that's what we're doing. We're just not afforded that opportunity sometimes, but whatever. So yeah, this isn't a woe is me, guys. This
Oh
is
gosh, no.
your pride. I'm watching this shit actually ramp up instead of down, and we just want you to be aware of our stance on whatever the shit out there is. I don't know what all the stories are. I know what some of them are. But that's that. So yeah, just some bash on anybody. This is us finally being able to say, all right, here's what our version of the same story.
Yeah. So I'm not retracting the post from Friday. It stands.
No.
We are part of the tour. We are excited that leads up to a Paracon for Nesper, for each and every one of you. There was a date change, September 27th through the 29th. It is now in Gettysburg. All that information can be found. Everything was just written in the sense of excitement for the community, that it is a little bit more accessible for each and every one of you. So you know me or you don't know me, but I've been pretty freaking consistent right there on the network. You can go back and check my work. So that stays. That was Nesper's decision. They made it on their own. We weren't a part of that because it's not ours to dole out locations and or dates. That was all them. That's coming right from our mouths. We did talk to Dan about that. He popped on here for a hot second. He knew that we were going to have this conversation, so he wasn't blindsided. So that's it. So yes, so how can we as a community try to quell some of this drama? I guess when we see the vague conversations, don't pile on. Even if it's your friend, maybe you can privately just say, hey dude, what's going on? Like, is there something, like what's happening? But maybe we can help each other out and not pile on to things that we don't realize we're upset about, and make your own decisions. There are people that Rob likes that I might not, and vice versa, and we're down with that.
For real.
For real.
For reals. With a Z and an S.
For real.
But so thanks, guys. Thank you, Sarah. I'll remind the entire planet one more time. Sarah is my business partner, half owner of Get Haunted. When you got a problem with me or Get Haunted, you also have a problem with her. So include her, please. Moving forward.
Well, if I'm the problem, can I?
And if she's the problem, definitely include her. So I don't have to fucking deal with it.
I do. I actually can talk. I can actually have a conversation.
She speaks. She speaks.
I do. So it's all good. So yeah. So that's it. It's not really. Yeah, it's not. This is not raw. This is not. Like you said, we are not poor me. We just wanted everybody to know we have a voice too. So if you want to use us as the villain, well, the villains also have a voice, and we can speak up, and we'll let you guys know, because you guys work really, really, really hard on this network, and we're not ready to let that go.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Me neither.
So.
No, I'm ready to let all the bullshit go, and I'm ready to get back to work, and I'm ready to eat. I'm so hungry, and I'm so tired. And again, you guys will see another live later this week with me about New Egypt Historical Society Museum that we investigated last week.
Right?
Freaking ridiculous.
Good. Yeah.
Yes, Terry, you can go, and I don't need a handler. I think Terry was worried about.
Yeah, Terry, were we okay?
I don't know why.
Were we okay? Are we? Hopefully, Terry, is this Terry approved?
I don't know. He said he's going to go eat, so it depends.
Yeah.
James worked his way in one event. Yeah, guys. So yeah, this isn't a bash. I don't want anybody going out saying or doing anything. I just want you all to sit there and not react to dumb shit. Just
Yeah.
please don't.
No, for everybody's sake. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't want anybody that is putting their time and effort and their money and their love and energy. I wouldn't want anybody to have to constantly have to defend themselves. If there's not, like there's no good reason for this. So,
Leave me the fuck alone.
yeah.
That'll
no
be the
drama.
chant. Everyone chant along.
Yeah.
Leave me the fuck alone.
You got to do it in an oh.
Leave me the fuck alone.
Oh,
Leave
yeah.
me the fuck alone.
I know, right, Teresa? But it can be hard when your name is lifted.
Yeah, it's easy to not pay attention to it when leave me the fuck alone. You can't hear that. You don't have that in your ears. Everybody
Yeah, I
else.
do. I can hear it. I have
But
it
it
in my
won't.
ear.
Okay. Oh, you do.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. There you go.
We love everybody almost.
No, we talk about that too. You can't listen. You can't love everybody. You
We
just
can't.
because not everybody loves you
I
back,
said-
and that's okay. But you can be respectful.
I said almost.
And I just want to say thank you to the hater. The hater that was
Yeah.
brilliant in the emojis. Seriously,
Yeah.
doy.
Thank you for that shirt. I'll buy my next
Doy.
Bentley with that shirt. Yeah, some greedy.
Yeah.
Line my
That
pockets.
was a blonde moment for me when it was shared. They're like, "Look at that's us," and it's like,
Yeah,
"Wow, is that
I had
us?"
sent it over to Sarah. She's like, I don't get it. I'm like, yeah, that's us. She's,
Yeah.
Oh, she got it.
It took
But
me
yeah.
a minute. So yeah, when your haters can't drop you after a year and they come up with brilliant emojis for you, it's like,
That was
oh,
pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I'll give him that. Yep.
I love it. All
If
right, well,
somebody
you
wrote
guys.
weird shit on the hood of my car, I'll find out who it is. You're in trouble.
That's right. Well, with that, it is Sunday night. It is an important football night. I think the Detroit Lions are starting right now, so go check that out. But also get geared up because we got a lot of work this week to do, and we're super excited. And I've got shows to put out. And tonight, you got Unturned Pages. Don't forget it, 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
UTP.
Unturned Pages. Yeah. So with that, I think I'm hungry too. I think I'm working on
Right.
waffles today. So
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
She didn't get her thumb hole hoodie.
No.
Mike still hasn't delivered on that, so
Yeah, that's okay.
he's in trouble.
It's okay. He's got other more
He's in
important things.
trouble.
He's got big magazines coming out. He's got
He
a
does.
bigger issue. He's got more locations to sell them at. He's got more important things to do than thumb holes. It's okay. I'm good with
Word.
that.
All right.
Word.
Well,
That
thanks
it?
for showing up, Andy. You came at the right time.
That's right. So with that, just know
With that.
we are not about the drama. We just want to discuss with you, and we hope that you guys continue to be the amazing people you are. Be the good in the community. Keep shining bright. Keep encouraging.
right.
Keep inspiring. Keep motivating, because that's what it's all about. And see you on the Get Haunted Network.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Same old.
Good.
Same old shit again. All right.
All right. With that, we're going to send him off to eat.
I gotta eat.
Peace.
I'm loopy.